And welcome back, YouTube VOD viewers. This is a submission from my valiant thumbnail creator, N Northwest. He does a great job with the thumbnails. This is the loading screen. I don't know what this is. So this is his first foray into map making, and he learned the Galaxy Editor to do this. He says it's very short, and right before I started this recording, I went on a rant about, first-time creators and how I appreciate that people are willing to take the plunge even if they make something that ends up only being 5 to 10 minutes long. I think that everyone's got to start somewhere. And then I hit the test map button and this popped up, and I don't know what to think about this. Commander, your supervision has been ordered by the governor on behalf of our glorious leader of Doc Hest. As you may or may not be aware, a situation has occurred resulting in the Department of Citizens Affairs locking down much of downtown and most inner-city residential districts. Violent insurgents seek to threaten our great nation's authority and have taken up arms in the Civic Square. You are to report to the Civic Square immediately and oversee our riot battalion in an operation to arrest and silence enemies to the state. These insurgents are heavily armed and pose immense danger to the city. At this time, all citizens engaging in the square are to be considered terrorists. We must disallow this movement to continue and stop all evildoers whose only goal is to upset our national identity. I think we're the baddies. Immediate attention. Rendezvous with the riot battalion and oversee this operation of the state. Reporting to this position is mandatory. Operational participation is mandatory. Refusal of action will be considered treasonous and will result in state execution. This order has been considered a BLK-9 order and is not subject to any compliance with other state departments. Department of Citizens Affairs for the glorious success of Doc Hest. Are we playing Papers, Please? That's the feeling I get from this, is Papers, Please. Okay. Those who sit on thrones as wolves nip at their flock and become shepherds to the cliff. Just the camera moves with us. Yeah, exactly, Milestone. WTF, this is your first map? Well, I feel like building the system here, the non-standard system, is probably what it's all about. Should I be looking around, or? Arstatska, yeah. Oh my god. Like the lightning and the statue and stuff? Is this where we need to be? Yeah, lighting, lightning, and weather effects all together here. It's like really setting the stage. It's a very believable setting too. Like it legitimately, like especially with the buildings and stuff, it feels like you're actually in city streets. It's not just like fake city. You know, we're on rooftops. Nova Covert Ops Mission 3. Wait, so? Oh, okay, we can go up here. I have a prediction. Right, it's a very spooky ambiance, and I feel like it's gonna erupt into us like like firebombing civilians. So you know what I mean? Like that, like this punctuated by like very quick and abrupt violence could be really interesting. And the locked camera, I think, is actually great here. This could be more spooky than skeletons. I'm sure we'll find out. I mean, a lot of things go into making something like high quality, right? In terms of environment and ambiance, this is it, right? We have nothing with gameplay really yet. You know, I just want to be clear, like to be like, this is incredible. It is for what it is. Right? Hopefully that makes sense. I think this must be the way to go. Somehow I managed to go every way but the right way. Body bags. Oh my god! And like the rioting sounds, you can, I can hear them. Hopefully you can hear them. I'll be quiet right after this. But like they like are fading in from the distance. Can we maybe just not do that? You ever think about that? Was that actually it? For your valiant service, you have been awarded the highest honor of the Citizens Republic of Dakhest. Our glorious leader wishes to personally task this department with the approval of your discharge. Because of your selfless actions and the protection of our beautiful nation, you have been honored with a prestigious dismissal. In defeating the dangerous insurgents who threaten to destroy Dakhest and kill all of our citizens, you have earned complete recognition by the state and will be honored for your lifetime. It is with great appreciation we give you this award and all state benefits. All glory to Dakhest and those who defend it from evil enemies, both within and without. Accept discharge honorably by the state immediately and without discretion. Recounting any details not approved by the state about this operation will be cause for immediate execution. Upon accepting discharge, all records of service will be destroyed. All records containing details in retaliation to the Department of Citizens Affairs and its actions against civilian insurgents will be destroyed. Compliance is mandatory. Discharging is mandatory. Receiving honors and state recognition is mandatory. This dismissal is to be considered an RED 11 order without Assembly of Congress for approval. I hit the Y. Wait. I hit Y, but I thought, like, what if I hit N? Was Jay just pranked into committing genocide? That was it. That was the mission. Again, the way I can describe this submission is, for what it was incredible. Right? The qualifier being, for what it was and what it set out to do, it was excellent. Obviously. Clearly very short. Clearly had a very focused and singular message that it was attempting to convey. And games can be used to do that if they want to. Even custom maps can be used to do that if they so choose. So this mission or this submission was really strange. Or it's not that the submission was strange, it was out of place. I don't think that's really arguable, right? It feels out of place, but I think it was very good. Obviously, you know, fascism / nationalism is an aspect of fascism, so you can just say fascism with the implicitcy of implicitcy. That's not a word. With the implicit inclusion of nationalism, right? But like, wow, that was really good. Like, very atmospheric, very spooky. That's not something that you think like, oh, I want, you know, make more Northwest, right? It was just a very brief piece of art, right? And just because it had a theme, I'm not saying like this was art and the other submissions aren't. All the submissions are art in some capacity, right? But, you know, it's very rare that you see someone try to tell like a like a real topical theme in a game, right? It doesn't have to be as pointed as this was. This is pretty on the nose, right? But again, for what it set out to do, I think it accomplished extremely well. Extremely well. 1987, am I right? Politics in my games, literally 1984. Make it so Jay actually has to shoot. I think oh, like don't allow the mission to end until you actually kill people. Yeah, because like I think I walked up and my guy just started shooting, and then I actively tried to move away, and then it ended, and then I was honorably discharged. When's the sequel where we forcibly annex neighboring star systems for their own safety? I mean, it sounds very well, let me put the music back on. It sounds a little silly, I suppose, to be like, this is art. Like this, it's StarCraft, right? It's not like highbrow, like nationalism's bad messaging, right? Like that's what it conveyed. Again, for what it was, I think it was great. Very spooky atmosphere. It really conveyed what it wanted to. It's just, you know, I feel funny just being like, how incredible, right? But it was. I think it was really good at what it did. Does it matter how long it is if you enjoy said game? Thank you, Eno Mumper. That's exactly the point. That's exactly the idea. And you know, I want to thank Northwest, number one, because he makes good thumbnails, but number two, because I feel like, I hope that this sets an example for potential future Maporinos to show, like, you can do anything you want. You can do something like this, and I thought this was really cool. Now, obviously, I like my hour-long macro missions where we're building up in a unique tech tree and we push out against the enemy and we learn a little bit about some World of Warcraft expansions or some StarCraft 2 alternate universes and stuff like that. And that's great. I don't think that a piece like this diminishes from the more typical stuff. But what this does, I feel like, is perhaps diversifies the offerings and shows, like, you can use different tools to tell different stories and project different ideas and themes in unique ways. And, well, that's it. You can do that. You can do that. I think a lot of people would think about doing something like this and go like, no. Nobody's gonna care about that. Like, that would be stupid. But this is the perfect example to show, like, it's not. It's great. It's a nice little bite-sized thematic chunk that delivered a message effectively that it wanted to send. All right. Let me go ahead and end the VOD on this one. But thanks for watching, future YouTube viewers.